Glad you're all with me today for Thursday Life Recovery. Today we're going to be talking about the power of unity and purpose, and also two very important questions. First question that we'll be talking about, just going to touch on them, is what do you really want in your life? What do you want? What do you want? That's a deep question. Second question is, what do you think that the number one thing is that you need to do to be able to get what you want? Oftentimes we want things, but then we live out of alignment with these things. So we never get what we want, and we're not really for sure why. Anyway, we're going to be talking a little bit about that. So, welcome to Faith and Life Reflections. And we're going to be diving into a story about two shipwrecks. And also, we're going to uh, be going over a few scriptures and thoughts and questions to maybe help you to um, better organize, control your life, manage your life, and that's what we want to do here at Central Christian Center to try to help you. So, welcome. Glad you're with me today. I want to start off with this story. Imagine this. Back in 1860s, there were two ships that were sailing, and they were sailing to um, New Zealand, and both ships wrecked because of a severe storm that was going on, and but they were at opposite ends of the island, and uh, the one ship, the captain hollered and said, "Abandon ship, every man for themselves," and they took off swimming for the shore. Um, and and when they got to the shore, there was some injured, and they just left the injured because they were all about survival, and they went into the interior looking to try to find cover. At the other end of the island, the uh, uh, there was an injured person, so the captain strapped him to his back and swam to shore with an injured man on his back. And to put it briefly, this other crew were into helping each other and supporting each other, and they helped each other get to the shore and survive. And in a year and a half, uh, there was a ship that came to look for survivors, and they went to the other end first, the one where every man was for themselves, and they found no survivors. But when they went to the other end, they found all of them. They had survived because they worked together, and they were able to survive. So, in the story is a vivid illustration of the power of unity and teamwork, because none of us can survive alone. That's one of the things we cover in church and in life recovery meeting, is that we can't do it alone. We're not made to do it alone, even though a lot of us we want to try to do it alone. We are raised to try to be an individual and to be self sufficient, but then we have to come to the place that we recognize those are gifts that we have, and we need to combine with others to actually to bring a more benefit to ourselves and to the world. Ecclesiastes 4:9 through 11 reminds us this in this is two are better than one, but they have a good return because they have a good return on their labors. If if one fall down, the other one can help up. It concludes with a triple braided cord is not easily broken because there's a stronger unit. We all know that until sometimes when uh, we get into the other state of mind. So it's this crew that didn't work together did not survive, but the crew that did work together did survive. They overcome their challenges, and there were challenges. There were always challenges. Now, as we reflect on these two questions, the first question is, what do you really, really want? We need to know what it is that we really want. What's our core value? What we want in life, and oftentimes we have to dig really deeply, have deep thoughts to figure out what it is that we want. Okay. So the question here to you is, what is it that you really, really want in your life? Is it peace? Is it success? Is it health? Is it happiness? Is it something else? You know, you get to choose. Okay. You get to decide what that is. Our desires often are revealed by our core values, what we find valuable, and guide to action. In fact, maybe next week I will talk about a little system to figure out our core values, but not today. The scripture gives us guidance too out of Psalms 37:4 says, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So if we take delight, if we trust in God, if we draw from him, he will give us the desires of our heart. It will always it is always about let's see what this says. This isn't always about just what we want, but it's what lines us with the will of God. And but oftentimes, if we really we stick with that, we figure out what lines us with God really does give us what we want, and it fulfills helps us to fulfill the will of the Father. Um, which brings us to the second question, and is, what do we think is the number one uh, thing we need to do to be able to get what we want? And if you stop and think about, well, what is it I want, and what will help me get there, and what is it that I keep not doing? This is kind of a double negative there, isn't it? That I'm not doing what I know I need to do to be able to get what it is that I would like to have. And if you really think about it, or you get somebody to help you process that, you'll figure that out. Um, and sometimes, as a person I talked with recently, they figured out what they really needed to do is they needed more self-discipline to do what it is they wanted to do, instead of wanting what they want but not doing what they want. Does that make sense? Okay. So oftentimes we try to we need to concentrate on aligning our actions with our values to get what we want. And these shipwrecked sailors, uh, those that they wanted survival, but they pulled together and collaborated, then they were able all to get what they wanted, and they got it in a better way. Uh, Galatians 6:2 tells us this. This is I like this scripture. It says, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." Um, that just really kind of jumped out at me. Will fulfill the law of Christ if we help each others. So we're fulfilling the law if we are helping others. Okay, and just as this crew that survived, they helped each other. And if you help somebody, it helps you, and you already know that. That's the way that it is. Um, Out of Romans 15:1, this is out of the New American Standard Bible. It says, "Now we who are strong ought to bear the weaknesses of those without without strength, weaknesses of those without strength, and not just ourselves." We should bear those burdens of others, and it's just because we can do it, just because we can make it to shore, doesn't mean that we should let those others drown. And then survive. Whatever you give will be given back to you. and what that desire in your heart, those good things, those good attributes can come and probably will come when you are connected with others and helping them with their burdens. Let's go forward. So as we seek what we'd like to have in our life, we need to remember that unity, cooperation, and supporting one another is a key. So, Hebrews 10, 24 and 25 says, um, encourage, it encourages us and lets us um, consider how we may spur others on towards love and good deeds. So we need to do that, and that we need to remember that it's not about. We need to remember to come together, and as we come together, not create the habit of not coming together, but because it's real easy to do that. It's real easy to do that, and so in verse 25 says that we not giving up meeting together as some are in habit of doing. So by fostering a good community spirit and a mutual support, we can achieve a far greater we can achieve far more together than we ever can alone. That triple braided cord again. So, hey, thanks for joining this quick message. Uh, just just remember to continue to reflect on these thoughts on faith and life and how they come together, and let them inspire you and help you and empower you to have a better life. And until next time, please be blessed, be safe. And if you have an opportunity, hey, share or like this podcast. And the more you share, the more you like, the more that others would have a chance to hear it. So until next time, take care of yourself, and may the Lord bless you and keep you, and may his face shine upon you and give you his peace. And of course, always make healthy choices. Take care of yourself.